A few weeks ago, I decided I needed a change. This entire winter, I've barely left the plot. I've been renovating my old house in the Swedish forest, continuing to cut wood, sand and stain and paint and fix everything little by little. It's a long and slow process, and really it's getting a little bit monotonous. Every day I renovate, I film and edit, and once every 10 days or 2 weeks I'll cycle into town for food shopping, and that's about the extent of my excitement. I have to say, the warmer weather and first signs of spring gave me a nice push. It makes it so much easier to be outside and DIY, but I realize I shouldn't just rely on good weather to motivate me. I need to find my own way of getting inspired, of celebrating daily life. I need to get out of my daily slog. For me, I got my first nudges through, well, everything going a little bit wrong. Look at this! I have myself a little present. It is a sink. I was looking for a small sink to put into a little guest house, and I did look at things like sinks for yachts, boats, and RVs because they're quite small, but in the end it seemed like the easiest thing to do was just to find the cheapest kitchen sink, because it comes with all of this already. So I have a little round one which is actually quite big. So I'm gonna see how it fits. So this is made of 2 different pieces of wood, so it's gonna go through both of them. And I should find the right place to fit it. I also don't have my jigsaw anymore, so this, I think I can just center it perfectly within this little space that I have, and then nice, exciting. Here we go. Let's see how this would fit. Okay, this isn't quite the right tool, so I'm not quite sure how this is gonna go. Start somewhere else. Oh gosh. This is not ideal. Using a reciprocating saw really didn't work, so I had to put a project aside and buy a new jigsaw. I felt so sad about this, but I really had no choice. I moved on and decided it was time to finish the ceiling of my tiny guest house. I have been waiting for good weather and clear roads to pick up building supplies, and finally that time was there. So I took my e-bike and my trailer, and then something else happened. I'm 20 kilometers into my ride. And I got a puncture. Which means walking back, because I didn't bring anything to fix punctures. Alright, I'm taking a quick break. I have been pushing my bike for a while now. Oh, and I decided not to waste the day entirely, so I picked up some grocery shopping and some soil as well. Like the potting soil for seed, so I can finally start with the seeds again, which I haven't done yet. But yeah, this is very frustrating because it's going to rain for the rest of the day, the rest of the week. So I really wanted to start picking up materials so I could work on the ceiling and then go again next week and then finish it. Now I probably won't be able to go this week, so yeah, I guess I'll just be sowing seeds instead. Oh. Something about all these things going wrong just reminded me to be flexible and enjoy the adventure instead. I was outside cycling and walking, and I'd been missing that. I'd been missing doing something that wasn't going to directly advance the build. So once I'd recovered from pushing that bike all the way home and found out that I couldn't actually fix the tire because I didn't have the right tools, I went back a few days later on my other bike. I made 2 round trips and embraced the ridiculousness of the whole thing. It was actually quite hilarious. I took my smallest bike, which is also the slowest, but I realized that the shorter bike would allow me to transport the insulation battens I'd need, which are much longer than the trailer itself. I'm back and back at the shop. I made it. Oh my gosh, I took the quick route on the busy road so I didn't film anything. I'm on a different bike and I'm going to try and take some insulation with me today, which will be a challenge because insulation is bigger than my trailer, but I think I have a solution. But let's get some timber first. They're actually running out. I hope they're not going to run out because I need to go back another time to get more. I'm buying 2 more packets of timber and hopefully I'm going to see if I can add insulation, and then next time I need to pick up 4 packs of timber, and that should all fit on my trailer, but I wanted to get some insulation first. And yeah, hopefully nobody ends up buying all of this timber. I got so many likes and comments from people at the shop. Cycling away from the hardware store was amusing to myself and probably many other people who were watching me cycle by. It was probably just as funny as all the pushing I had to do whenever there was a slight uphill on the road. I'm on my way home. That is my little bike and my trailer and my huge pack of insulation material. I'm taking one of the back roads. It's very windy and it's going pretty slow. The wind is going in the wrong direction for me. But I have the rest of the day to get home. I left town around 2 and yeah. Oh, sometimes I can't get the bike uphill because it's too heavy, and then I don't know, I've just been laughing a lot, so it's quite funny. Anyways, I'm gonna eat my pastries. back. Oh my gosh. I pushed my bike a lot. The last 20 kilometers are really tough. And it's raining. So we look like this. Yep, I'm gonna take everything inside now. Oh my gosh. It's sunny and warm again here, and here's everything I picked up. All of my timber, and this is how I managed to get this insulation on the bike. I cut a hole in it so I was able to balance around the rod. Very clever, I thought. I feel like maybe I live here now. This is my third time here. I'm picking up 4 packs of timber. But I just started thinking, I don't know whether it's enough. Maybe I need an additional one, so this might not be my last time coming here. Look at the amazing amount of timber I have. I'm gonna leave it on here for a while because the guest house is getting quite filled up with all sorts of things. But look at this! Look at how cute this is. Okay, so I'm gonna continue doing the ceiling, which is just very repetitive and a little bit boring to watch, I guess. I think this might be enough. According to my original calculations, this is the amount of words that I need for the ceiling. But I have a feeling I might need to pick up one more pack, but we'll see. I've made this trip 3 times now. Well, 3.5 times, if you count the half time I almost made it. Well, I made it halfway. So I can do it! Everything is good! It will work out, and I'm gonna continue doing the ceiling. And once the ceiling is in, then it's like, it's not done, but it's kind of done. It's gonna feel like it's done. This is so excited, I'm finally ready to continue the ceiling again. When this ceiling is done, I just have like little bits and bobs to do. And then I can move in and do different things. Work on the house. Okay, this is the point where I'm going to watch something fun, which if you've been watching this channel, You know, I like to watch something fun. I've been watching Charmed, which I used to watch as a teenager. It's a really fun show to have on while I do other things. One show that I'm really excited about watching in the evenings, it just got a new season. You probably wouldn't imagine me watching that show, but I love Made in Chelsea, and it is so hilarious. It's so unlike my life, and I like watching it and laughing at it because it's just like, it reminds me of London, but also it's just so the opposite of what I do. But it's on channel 4, which I can't actually watch because it's limited to the UK. And you all know what I'm going to talk about now, because I'm going to talk about NordVPN, who is sponsoring today's video. I've been working with them for a while, which I'm really grateful for, because NordVPN sponsoring my video and then you signing up to NordVPN using my discount code helps out buy these bits of woods that these bits of woods that are gonna go up there. So let me talk to you a little bit about NordVPN. Okay, so NordVPN is an online service which basically allows you to play hide and seek when you're using the internet. What it does is that it hides your computer's IP address, and you can change your location and you change it to another country. And that's what I do when I want to watch Made in Chelsea. I set it to the UK and then I can magically watch Made in Chelsea. This is probably the most popular reason for people getting a VPN, but it also protects you from all sorts of other online issues. You know, those emails you get supposedly from your bank, or even sometimes text messages from a friend containing links which you then click. Either somebody tries to convince you that you need to relink accounts, transfer money, or basically you just end up downloading malware onto your system, and before you know it, you've lost your computer or you don't have your money anymore in your account. So sometimes it can be convincing, or sometimes you just don't really have the time to think about something. I know that at work I once clicked on a link coming from a contractor and didn't really think about it because I was too busy, and before I knew it, my work laptop was not really functioning the way it was supposed to function. And I spent some time in IT getting it figured out. Nothing too bad happened at that point, but I have lost a laptop to downloading things that I should probably not have downloaded. Having a VPN installed will recognize that a link like that is harmful. So I like being able to keep using my laptop nowadays and to keep my money in my bank account. So I've been using NordVPN. Maybe you want to do the same thing, so you should check it out. It's very easy to use. You basically download it onto all of your devices, you log in, you just turn it on and it works for you. I will leave the link in the description box, and also my personal code is WildRosie. If you use it, then you will get an additional bonus. Thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring this video again. Doing this took hours, but it is looking good, so I am happy with that. Fitting all of these pieces of timber around this framework is quite a puzzle, which is why it takes so long. What I could really benefit from is a nail gun, but they are very expensive. So I am using a combination of just hammering in nails and putting in screws, which obviously leaves more of a mark than a nail gun would. But I don't mind it too much. I'm just happy that the smaller cuts don't actually look bad. Like, it looks fine. So I'm happy with it. I think this is great. So I'm excited about continuing. I think I'm getting slightly better at putting in the insulation as well. I'm cutting everything up in tiny pieces because I need to like slide it in and then fill the little gaps because of all of the bits of timber around on the sides. But I feel like I kind of have a way to do it now, so I am going to continue finish this, and I really want to do this back here because that will make such a difference if this back here looks closed off. So yeah, let's continue. My unintentional adventures reminded me that I really need those unexpected moments. I need to get out more, explore, and go on small trips. And even though in the back of my head it makes me feel bad for wasting time that I could spend renovating the house, I don't actually think that me taking more intentional time off would slow things down. It will probably get my spirits up so much that when I do go back to renovating, I would probably waste less time fussing about and be more productive, more focused, and my time away would refresh. There are a few other changes I'm trying to make. I want to spend more time on other things that I love. I've done just a few sewing projects these past few years, but they give me so much joy and happiness for achieving something significant in such a small amount of time. Progress when renovating is slow, so achieving something elsewhere is able to give me that boost that I need to keep going. So recently I bought this whole stack of fabrics and I am so excited to turn them into clothes. I designed an entire summer wardrobe, which I know is a little bit ambitious. I was thinking about taking like 2 weeks off and just spend the time sewing. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I'm going to start by making the first dress. I have this grey kind of like jersey-like fabric and I'm just going to make a very comfortable t-shirt dress. something to wear around the plot that isn't everything that I've been wearing for the past 6 months. This tea is like my little happy moment every day. I think everybody needs a happy moment every day, and I think everybody needs a happy mug, and I have a little happy cup as well. And just drinking from it makes me really happy. This tea is a chai masala. It is a loose leaf tea, so it just seems to have a little bit extra flavor. I add some oat milk and agave syrup, so it's a little bit sweet. And I make a pot almost every day. It just makes me really happy. And this cup I got in Japan, so it's a little bit special to me because it's from so far away. The sad thing is that there's a little bit of a chip, and I don't know how to fix it. I should look it up. Maybe I can put some gold on it like Japanese do, which would suit. So yeah. Another thing I realized is that I could do with a bit more structure in my day. On the one hand, being free to make my own schedule is a really great freedom, but it also makes it too easy to get distracted by other things. I decided to devote 1 hour in the morning every day to writing. I have a story I've wanted to write down for a long time. It is the story about my very first long hike where I walked around the entire island of Tasmania. A lot happened during that trip and it changed the direction of the rest of my life. But I took really bad notes during that time and I've struggled to remember everything that happened, which is why I haven't been able to write it yet, but I decided I just needed to start. As I write, I do slowly remember more, and even on the days that I struggle to write much at all, I still feel accomplished for getting a little bit further. It gives me a small sense of achievement at the start of every day. I don't know if this story will ever be shared with anyone else, but remembering these moments and sitting down for it every day is making my daily life a little bit better. I am going to try and keep these small changes going. I hope the busyness of summer won't overpower my plans, but I think if I stay focused and keep my expectations simple, I'll be able to enjoy everything I do just a little bit more. I thought I would share this because I think we can all use a little bit of inspiration and motivation now and again. I am going to keep on working on this guest house now, and hopefully next week or the week after I will be living in it. So I will see you then.